Okay, so welcome back to the Adventure Barn.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Shorty. And this is the barn.
Today we're going to do some wiring. We're going to install the magic relay that sends power to all the accessory whips on the Gen 3 KLR.
And we're going to build some whips for the lights that Mr. Swanky Cat on his channel recommended. And we're going to do an unboxing on both. So here we go.
This is the relay and 12 volt socket kit from 3D Cycle Parts. We have the 12 volt plug-in socket and the relay.
Don't forget about the sticker.
And we got a sticker.
We got a sticker. Okay, so we'll be installing that later on. And then, like I said, although we're not going to install these today, we'll do an unboxing on them. We'll do the review down the line. But the intention is, we've talked about it, we're going to build some whips. We're going to make it so that we can reach some waterproof junctions, because these are going to be mounted on crash bars.
Yes. And that way, if we need to remove the crash bars or remove the lights, it's just unplug and good to go.
Alright, so let's see what we have in this box. Did I show you the video of this? To these?
Yes.
Very cool. Oh, we got a little thank you card from the company. Plenty of hardware. Looks like all the wiring you'd ever need right there.
Sure does.
We are not going to use their switch. We'll be building these directly into the system. And then these are the lights. And that is all that is in the box. Now these lights are really cool because this center beam, that'll turn into a driving light. And then we're going to have these 4 LEDs hooked directly up so that when I switch to high beam, those 4 LEDs are going to come in and light up these side lights also. It's amazing, the light that these throw. I can't wait. This is like one of my favorite things I think I purchased. These were purchased through Amazon for $79.95.
They're pretty hefty. I think they're aluminum. Got some cooling pins. Pretty nice.
I think for $79.95 when you look at what's out there to compare with.
That's right.
Alright, so well, that's the unboxing. So we're going to cut tape right here, and we're going to pull the right side of the bike off, and when we come back, we'll be working on this. Jake, are we sponsored?
We are not sponsored.
Do we take any money from anybody?
We do not.
We do not. So, therefore, our reviews are our opinions and
our opinions only.
Hey Jake, I think it's time to tell the people what they're going to need to complete these installs.
For today's relay and socket, we're going to need a 4mm Allen. We're going to need a 5mm Allen, a short extension, a ratchet, and a Phillips screwdriver. That's what you'll need for the relay and socket kit. We're also going to be doing an auxiliary lighting kit. So along with all these tools to get into it, you will also need wire strippers, crimps and a crimp tool, heat shrink, zip ties, side cutters, electrical tape, electrical tester, and the heat gun for the heat shrink. We'll also be putting the tank pads on today. We'll be cleaning the tank with rubbing alcohol prior to sticking them on.
And that's what you're going to need to complete this installation. First step is to remove this 4mm button head. Just a reminder, there are plastic washers behind these. And then this will also be held on by 2 other rubber grommets, pressure fit grommets behind. There's the little plastic washer.
And as you can see, one of our grommets stayed in and one did not. Just make sure you put it back in the fairing to make your life easier when you put this back together.
Next step.
This is 5mm Allen head, and we're going to have 3 of the 4mm here. The bottom screw is shorter than the top. Keep track of those.
And it appears that these fairing screws also have the plastic washers. Alright, and then
there's 4 screws on the back side of the fairing. They're Phillips head. You have to take out. You see Kawasaki put a little clear tape here. Prevent that fairing from rubbing in your tank.
That's very nice. We came out with 3.
There's not one up this way?
No, it looks like there is, but there isn't.
Okay. There'll be rubber grommets, one behind here and one here. Just pull your fairing out and be careful you don't break it. One, two. And once again, if your grommets don't stay in, put them back in before you reassemble. Now you should be able to see where the magic relay goes. And the other factory wires for everything we're going to assemble. As you can see, there's a gray plug inside here. This is where the magic relay will live. For ease of assembly, and for you to be able to see, we've removed the other side. It comes off the same way, short bolt in the bottom, top. The 4th screw that I thought was in here, there's 3 Phillips that hold the side on. The 4th one's actually a push pin that's going to release the bottom of the fairing. We're going to use a 4mm Allen head to remove the windshield, and there's some more bolts underneath. We'll remove that fairing and it'll be easier to work on and easier to see. Okay, these are the wires we're trying to access for power for your 12-volt plug-in. We'll be putting that in here. You take a Phillips screwdriver and that cover will pop off.
These were the directionals. It's a pressure clip.
Yeah.
And they're in there good. You really got to put a lot of pressure on that clip to get those out. They are attached here, and all you do is lift up on this tab and slide it off so that you can get to that pressure clip. And then you also, this is where that relay goes. Why?
Because then you're reaching in front of the camera. Come on, this is professional.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Jake feed that through the hole for me. I've already put the relay in.
This goes tight in the hole. I think I'm just going to thread it through instead of forcing it through. And because we have OCD, we're going to make sure that the writing is proper. And it is plug and play. Okay, the factory plug-in that would hook to the factory auxiliary lights if you had an adventure bike is right here. We cut it off. The white wire supplies power. We hook to our red to the white, black to the black and yellow. This is the wiring harness, came with the lights. We have the relay installed. We cut off the control box. The reason we did that is he wanted the driving lights to come on with the key and the other 4 with the high beam. So to do that, the red and yellow wire needed to be put together, and the white wire needed to go to the green wire for the high beam on the factory. There's your driving light. And there's your side lights and 4 LEDs.
Very happy. I think that project came out good. All right, so that kind of completes our install of the 12-volt plug.
Relay and auxiliary lighting.
Yeah, that went really easy. The 12-volt plug, taking the sides off.
This is a half-hour job. Take the sides off and do that relay and 12-volt outlet.
If you buy the kit from 3D Cycles, everything's there. Once you have the side fairing off, I mean, it just falls together. You're using the factory plugs.
Yep.
And the only thing that took us some time, like I mentioned before, is we hooked up the auxiliary lighting while we had the side off. It only made sense. We're going to be installing those Tusk crash bars.
Yep.
So we'll have the lighting. We have the wires already routed. So that should be plug and play.
We also added the tank pads. We cleaned the tank with rubbing alcohol.
I would suggest 2 people for that. You really need somebody to hold it, and whoever the owner of the bike is going to want to make sure that they're kind of lined up where they want them.
Yes.
I would also suggest getting on the motorcycle and seeing where your knees hit and where your legs are going to rub going down the road. And that's what I did. I hopped on the bike. Jake kind of gave it an eyeball where my legs were rubbing. And, yeah, we figured it out from there. But I think overall, the tank pads, those gave the bike a totally different look, utilitarian look.
Protects it a lot.
And then
for $30-some maybe.
The 12-volt plug, I mean, that's a necessity. Anybody that has a phone, a camera, whatever, you're going to want one of those.
Yeah.
And that was, $39 and 20 minutes of work. The lighting, well, that was our evil. That was something we put on ourselves. So,
yeah.
But I think the outcome is going to be phenomenal. But that's overall, I would purchase all these parts again. I would purchase a part again from 3D Cycle.
Yeah, that kit was really easy. That relay and 12-volt outlet.
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, man. The install was easy and
Yep. That rubber fits good and tight. I mean, it's a good piece.
All right. Well, for now, until we meet on the road
or the trail.
Have a great night.